Maybe you're at a crossroads, feeling lost, questioning what's next, or simply longing to reconnect with you. Whether you're moving through heartbreak, illness, loss, or change, this is your time to pause, release, and begin again with Hope Firsel as your guide. Hope is a certified life and divorce coach and women's empowerment guide who has transformed unimaginable challenges into deep purpose. Through her story of loss, healing, and rebirth, she helps others find their light again, one brave, grace-filled step at a time. This 60-minute session is a sacred space to gently let go, rediscover who you are, and open your heart to what's next. Hi, Hope.
Hello, I'm so thrilled to be here.
We are honored to have you, and we go back very long, like 30 something years. It is just an honor to see where you are, know the path that you've walked, and I would love for you to share with everybody the intention for today and a little bit about your journey.
Yeah. My intention for today is to say, first and foremost, I'm just so grateful to be here and to understand that you are all seekers. So, right there, we have a room, a sacred room here, virtually, a circle, and how powerful circles are. And for each and every one of you to be a seeker, it means that you're curious and you're open. You're open to seeing what is past the fear, what is past the grief and letting go. And the truth is, what I hope today would be about is connecting for yourself to a place and time that perhaps was traumatic or shifting, where you were broken open, and to use that experience to transform, to see the experience as it was, to use it to know who you want to be in this world and where you want to go, because these experiences are part of the human experience. And it is with these, what we call trauma, that often cracks us open to something even greater. And as Robin has said, in my young years of 50, I have gone through a lot. I had my babies with a surrogate mother after 5 years of the infertility journey. And then when my boys were only just turned 2.5 and a few months, 9 months old, I was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer. And that was definitely, amongst everything I've experienced, there's a moment in time that I write about and I speak about. And actually, Robin, you helped me craft the words so many years ago as I moved through that experience. But I was literally at the park in Chicago, and the park was really quiet. And the boys were actually more closer to 1 and 3. So they were being active, excited, and there were only 2 nannies. And the children they were watching speaking Spanish at this small park on the north side of Chicago. And I had just had a colonoscopy, and I had thought that maybe I had Crohn's or colitis. I'd never had any stomach issues before. But being an Ashkenazi Jew, that was perhaps what was starting to show up in my stools. And I share that because it's very important that we are all aware of our body and what we are creating, and using signs everywhere to stay in tune with our body. And the doctor called and said I had cancer. And from that moment on, I went from being, at that time, a full-time mom to a full-time patient. And what I learned in that fight, and that was a really long battle for me, was really what's important in life, which is how you make people feel, how you will be remembered, and how you receive and give love. When you're laying in a hospital bed and your body is limited, you're in the mind the whole time. And so, talk about being a seeker. I use that time to meet with coaches and therapists and healers. In fact, when I was diagnosed that day at the park, I put my babies in the car and I went home and I called Robin. My children were friends at that time, and she was my first call. And she came and got the boys. I was on the ground, and it's because I needed grounding. It's because of the yoga practices that we teach and meditation. You physically need to get grounded. And that's what I did. And I went through a really hard journey with two major surgeries and 12 rounds of chemo. And through that experience, I took my master's from in organizational psychology from the London School of Economics, and I worked with Fortune 500 going through change, corporate change. And I decided I really wanted to go deeper into the leadership development, into the self-improvement world. And I became even more obsessed with the human mind and human behavior. And I got a certificate in coaching from IPEC, training in rapid resolution therapy and internal family systems. I'm starting as well, and evolved and transformed. And then my marriage of 18 years crumbled. I think that experience broke me open, and you just don't come back the same. And the relationship did not fit any longer. So after 18 years of marriage, we filed for divorce, and that was another opportunity that cut me to the core. And even though it was a mutual decision, the way it went down was not mutual, but we had been in therapy and we had been working really intensely, and we both knew that a conscious uncoupling may be the path. And that threw me to the ground again in new ways and new shapes. And I will be honest, it's something that I work on still every day. Co-parenting is very challenging. But I use all of that to say, how can I help the world? And now I have the true honor of being a divorce certified specialist. So I help quite often women who are contemplating in the process or post divorce. And oftentimes I will allow them to think about that moment where they shifted from the before to the after.
Hope, thank you for sharing. That is quite the journey. And there's so much to be learned there that no matter what people are going through right now, what you've been through can help, can be applied, right, to anybody going through something challenging or wanting to make a change. I feel like all of the experiences, plus what you actually studied, all can be applied. So for today, what do you think is the best way to start? Is it for people to acknowledge what their intention is for right now?
I would love that. Yeah. If we could all introduce ourselves.
Yeah.
And when you think about your intention, I also would love just to know your intention for yourself. And then I'd like to know who you're healing in the world. So, what comes up first for you? Are you really focused on your children? Are your clients? On your business, your community? I'd like to know the top thing that where you're showing up to also help other seekers, if
Anybody
you
want
don't mind.
anybody want to go first? Danielle.
Hi, Hope.
Hi, so nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. Yeah, I felt your story when you were talking that was vulnerable and real. I guess for me, as far as intention, as far as where I'm at or for today or
Yeah, for this hour,
for
let's
this
get
hour,
into the moment and be really
um,
present.
I'm all about self-improvement and reaching my highest potential in this lifetime. And so anything that can open me up, anything that could I'll just be present for, that's why I'm here. So I'm grateful that you're here today. And
Thank you.
yeah,
And you are perfect as you are. Just know that
oh, thank you.
in this moment, you are a miracle.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then what was the second question?
Oh, who you serve the most, who you're supporting in your life.
My partner, I would say, and myself and my family and friends.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. The world.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else? I'll go too. For me, I would
Please.
say for now, and really like my main focus right now for this hour would be Seeking Center and growing and serving as many people as we can.
I can go. I guess I'm Karin,
I
and
can.
I live in Austin, so I don't have any blizzards coming yet. But I think for this hour today, my intention is so I've been healing for a while from a big loss, and I just like Monday, I woke up and was like, I've been feeling so much better the past few months. And like Monday, I woke up and I was like, had all the feels. And so I think my intention is like those days are going to happen,
Yes.
but you still keep moving towards everything.
Yeah.
And but sometimes in that moment, you're like, I thought I was doing better. So I think my intention is like just keep going and working on it. And then I think it's my two kids that I probably am pouring the most
Yeah.
into. And
Oh, that's
myself,
fun.
but I'm not
Yeah, of
supposed to say
course.
myself, but
Well,
putting
you're
it in myself
here.
helps my kids. Yeah.
Of course. And you're here. So I know that to
Yeah.
be true. And what I do want to say is this is the human experience.
Right.
And all of us are going to experience at some point great loss. And you're in the wave, right? And there's
Yeah.
good and there's down. And when it gets really low, I certainly have very low days.
Yeah.
We just have to remind ourselves to have compassion with ourselves. Talk to yourself literally like you would your children. I
Okay.
see you. Oh,
Thank-
that feeling is real. Oh, that's intense today.
Yeah. Yeah.
And really have compassion.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anyone else feel like sharing?
I will. Hi, Hope.
Hi.
For me in this hour, I'd say to have some grace.
Mm,
And I feel like I show up in a lot of people's lives, even strangers. I live in Manhattan, so there's always this connection
mm.
with other humans. And even just a smile, I recognize really changes someone's day. So I would say that ultimately I'm on a daily basis changing others just with
Love
something
that.
simple. Yeah.
I
So
love that. I was just in New York for the first time in years, and that you just described it beautifully. What like overcame me was you really get how you are just one person in this huge planet when you're there, and just how complicated the human experience is and how connected we all are.
yeah, definitely. So yeah, my intention for this would be to have some grace.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Hi, my name's Lisa. Hope it's nice to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you.
For me, it's to continue to gain clarity and focus and confidence is related to a project I am putting together that will really fulfill me in many ways, and it will allow me to help others find ways to help and heal themselves.
How exciting.
So
I'd love to hear more about that offline.
great. I'd
Sounds
love to share.
beautiful. Sounds beautiful. Good, Robin. When you're ready, I thought we could do a mindfulness visualization just to get everybody really centered and still.
Let's do it. I think that sounds great.
Okay, beautiful. Okay, we're going to start with a deep relaxation technique that I use often with my clients. We begin with a basic centering technique. So please get yourself comfortable. Perhaps both of your feet are planted on the ground or sitting with your feet curled up like you're holding yourself tight, a good hug. Whatever feels good, wherever you want to take yourself. And please try to close your eyes. Let's go within. You have given yourself this hour. That is a gift. That means you are in the journey of seeking. You have shut the world off, and let's take advantage of this. Touch your thumbs and forefingers so each hand are touching lightly. Close your eyes and take a full, deep breath through your mouth. And please exhale and release all the tension. Release the list of what you need to do. Release the worries, the concerns. You are perfect and you are beautiful. And this is a precious moment where we are coming together in a sacred circle, as women have done throughout time, to go beyond the chit chat and talk about what's really in our hearts. Continue to breathe in and out, and take the next breath in for the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Try to hold it and then release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now just breathe normally and follow your own pattern, and notice any sounds that may be coming up for you, any thoughts. Acknowledge them, give them a smile perhaps, and let them move on past your awareness. Begin to think about the very top of your head. Notice how the top of your head feels. Allow all your feelings in your body to move to the top of your head. Become aware of all the sensations as you begin to let go of any tensions or discomfort you may be feeling. Just let all the unwanted feelings melt away, leaving a sense of peace and deep relaxation. Release any tension or discomfort you may feel and allow your head to feel more relaxed, and more relaxation comes through the forehead and down through your cheeks and your mouth, and you pick a color that may relax you to allow you to go even deeper, to melt away the fears and the concerns and the outside world, and allow that color to penetrate through your head, through your face, your brow, down through your nose. Keep breathing as you allow the sensation of relaxation to overcome you, releasing your tension, releasing your stress, and allowing yourself to feel peace. Begin to think about relaxing your eyes and your eyelids to even a deeper place. Allow them to feel smooth and warm. Now imagine that your entire body is surrounded by a white light. Take a deep breath in and imagine breathing this white light into your eyelids. Feel the light moving around in your eyelids, soothing them, warming them, relaxing and healing whatever this light touches. And release all the discomfort from your body. As your eyelids become more and more relaxed, allow the sensation in your body to go to your cheeks, to soothe through your entire face and melt away as you breathe. Breathe in and out this beautiful white light and allow it to penetrate through your teeth and your jaw. And imagine this energy is around you and warming you and soothing you and touching every piece within you. All of your muscles, all of your tissues, all of your cells can now completely be relaxed and at peace. And your mouth and your jaw can release. And as you become more and more deeply relaxed, begin to think about your neck. Let any unwanted stress or discomfort fade from your neck. Notice any feelings through your throat. Create a sense of warmth and peace around your neck and allow the stress to be released to your upper back. And the white light continues to melt through the shoulders and the upper back and all of the bones and all of the muscles and tissues and cells and thought within you. Your heart and your mind are completely relaxed. And this warm energy flows down through your arms, through your forearms and your wrists and your hands, and into your fingers. Feel your fingers one by one begin to be completely relaxed. Your fingers feel deeply relaxed in your hands and your wrists and your elbows, and your upper arms just release and let go. Enjoy this beautiful moment. The white light goes through your chest, through your stomach, through your core, through your lungs and your heart. This beautiful white light is allowing you and your entire body to be relaxed and at peace. And as the light grows larger and larger, release more discomfort, stress, anything that's coming to you at this moment. Release it and let the warmth and the peace flow through your body and melt away. Your stomach and your lower back become relaxed and peaceful as this white light fills your entire body. Your hips, allow your hips and your upper legs to enjoy the white light as it moves, caressing, warming, soothing, and healing you. The energy allows yourself to be relaxed through the depths of your bones. Enjoy this white light and let your body go, and your hips and your upper legs, and the light and the energy move and flow down to your calves and your shins and your knees and your ankles. Imagine this feeling, this white light shooting down to your toes, each of your toes. You have a beautiful body. This is your tool, your body, your mind and your spirit, and it is all part of this white light. This beautiful white light, as you take a deep breath in and exhale, and feel the whole body as one, completely relaxed. Enjoy the feeling for a few moments to yourself, a few seconds, just enough time that you are capturing this image and you are able to use this visualization again in your life, to use that white light to let it flow. Breathe in and breathe out. And slowly, I will begin to count from 1 to 5. And then when I reach 5, you will be back in our sacred circle, feeling refreshed, feeling relaxed, peaceful, safe, seen, heard. You will feel even better than you did before this precious exercise. We begin to count 1, 2, 3, and at the count of 5, you will be relaxed and you will open your eyes and we will re-emerge. 4 and 5.
I feel like I could have just gone to sleep. That was so good.
Maybe a little too relaxed.
I am relaxed.
For 2 in the afternoon.
That was amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you all.
So where should we go next?
I would love to share a little bit about coaching so that you all know what it is and understand just the difference between therapy and coaching. Understand the women that I serve and maybe share some stories that may touch you, may allow you to understand that you are not alone. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Wonderful. So recently I presented with a psychiatrist and we talked about mental well-being and those experts that serve and help allow us to focus on that moment where we faced a crossroad. And so I just very openly say, as a mental health expert, when we're dealing with somebody who is living their life and looking to excel greater, somebody that is stable, a coach is a beautiful way, just like after surgery, you go to physical therapy. It's someone to hold you accountable. It's someone that says, where do we want to go and how are we going to get there? A therapist, a psychiatrist in particular, is very important. And I don't ever coach in areas that I am not able to serve. It's very important that those that are dealing with significant depression, schizophrenia, bipolar, eating disorders, there's a lot of opportunities to incorporate a psychiatrist or a psychologist. And so I think it's really important when we are sharing what we learned today and what we want to take away, that we understand at the Seeking Center, there are so many different opportunities for healing. There is the mental well-being, and then there's the spiritual, and there are a million tools, and that's why this is such a beautiful place to start at the Seeking Center. As a coach, I've used my experience and really focused deeply on the divorce trauma. I think I went really deep there because when I was coaching women through infertility and cancer, I didn't have as much data to work from. And so I guess having been in corporate America as a consultant, I do enjoy utilizing professionals. So in the divorce field, I often partner with divorce attorneys and mediators and family therapists. The important thing to know is when I'm working with a woman in any aspect, that which has cut her open, that trauma, regardless of if it has to do with legal documents or doctor appointments, we are facing a loss of what we thought we were going to have, how we thought the road was going to go, and we stop in that moment and something significantly changes, and we become aware that life doesn't always go as we had dreamt. And so at the core of my work, I really use a lot of my rapid resolution therapy to understand in those moments, sometimes it's childhood, sometimes it's trauma, like a diagnosis or a divorce. In these moments to go back, and I work with my clients to understand what thoughts did they create in that moment to get them through that experience to survive. What was it? What thoughts did they believe? What behaviors do you take on? And as we dissect that, we are able with rapid resolution therapy to understand that may not be serving us today. So we examine that, we talk about that moment, and then we let go of the dream that is no longer. And I hold space for people who have to come to that realization, oftentimes in just a moment, with a call, with a car accident, with the diagnosis, learning of betrayal, they are cut open. And so we use that experience to understand how can we live and create and find joy and create a new dream that may be even more beautiful than they had ever dreamt before. Because we are not starting over, not at this age. We are coming from experience and wisdom. And so oftentimes it's about asking the right questions to allow my clients and the women that I serve to become really true with themselves about what is, and how do we pivot to embrace that and to open our heart to all the possibilities ahead. I wonder just in that moment if any questions are coming up, if anybody wants to, feels drawn to sharing a moment or a story or an experience that is sitting on you like a big backpack. And sometimes, like we were talking about, the wave of grief, that backpack will take us down sometimes. It's so heavy. Right now, we are in a safe space with all seekers. If anybody wants to share, I welcome it.
I will just echo what you said about letting go of the story of what you thought your life was going to be. Like being in labor pretty far along and be told you need an emergency C-section. And the thoughts that brings up about how your body works as a woman and having to let go of those things and move forward with what is, and realizing that you need to end your marriage when divorce was never anything that you considered. And some things happen quicker than others, but you're really on target with what you're saying about needing to let go of that story and find a new one and be open to the possibilities to find that joy and peace in your life.
Yeah. One shift is you don't need to, but you get to. You get to. Because you are of sound mind and body and you are a miracle. And you could hold on to that. A lot of us do. A lot of our moms did and our grandmas. They want to live in that story, and that becomes a victim. We can choose to rewrite the story.
Yeah, it's beautiful when you rephrase it that way. Yes, it
You
is a
don't
gift.
have to, but you can. And if you're having a day where you say, I choose to be in it, that's okay. Give yourself permission. Today, I'm not going to do the work. Today, I'm going to tell everyone I'm sick and I'm going in my room and I'm going to have a good cry and I'm going to eat chocolate. I don't know, whatever you're going to do. Love what you said. And I just want you to feel no burden that you need to, but you get to. How does that land for
That's
you?
really good. Karen?
I don't know if this is a comment or question, but I love that. And I've learned over the few years, yes, this is just a tidbit that Monday, which was my hard day, I did the things I knew would help. I called a friend and then I went on a walk with my dog and a friend and I came back and had lunch and and I was like, screw it, I'm gonna go take a nap. And I felt better when I got up.
Of
So there
course.
is the truth to that. I tried to do the things that I knew would, and then I'm like, okay.
You know, the imagery that's coming up for me is like you really cared for yourself. If your baby woke
Yeah.
up and the baby was so fussy today, you don't know why.
Yeah.
So you take the baby for a walk, give the baby a bath, a bottle, and a nap. Of course, a nap and turning off. So I applaud you. And you are in it. You're here today. You did all
Yeah.
that on Monday. And grief it's a lifelong process, is what I'm
Yeah.
learning.
And I love the get to make choices, and I do really believe that. And I am trying to embody it. I still have one kid at home, and what I'm struggling sorry, I'm not articulating very well, that
No,
I don't know what I want my choices to be. And I don't know if you just wait and they come or you experiment. I guess that's what it's like. I don't know what I dream of.
that's a place to start. And being in
Okay.
being in this world curated by Robin. She's been studying this for 30 years, more than
Yeah.
that, of course. She's going to bring you the best of the best. So you just keep
Yeah.
trying and you keep doing what you're doing. You show up, you have a smile.
Yeah.
And listen, there's a lot of pieces to you. That's what I'm learning from
Yeah.
this new therapy. I'm learning internal family system. It's like you can be sad, you can be mad and grateful and grieving. It's all part of you.
Okay.
I love what and thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
I think that what you're talking about, especially when it comes to letting go of what you thought was going to be, we're not really trained to do that. I feel like there isn't a school for the twists and turns. And
Yeah.
And then what's the next plan? And then to your point, I love what you said about knowing what were you feeling in the moment then that got you through whatever that challenge was,
Yeah.
and how are you feeling now? And it's
Yes.
different, right? Like I think all of that and the not knowing of which way to go and what you want to do, that's the other part of life that I know I've experienced in almost every decade so far that I can remember. And yet somehow, and I do believe that all of this work and meeting all of these different practitioners and understanding these modalities, it does help you get back to what you came in to do. I think of life as this remembering. It's like
I love it.
it's like a puzzle that we're trying to put the pieces together. Don't you think, Hope? And
I think it's so beautiful. Yeah. I was just with Dr. Shafali, and I know you and I, when we were parenting together 17 years ago, starting that journey together, she really talked about the conscious parenting. And that was the first time I realized, like, they are their own beings. And you have these dreams and this vision, and then they're going to say no and shut the door. And that's a lot of times the first experience of things are not going to go the way that you plan and dream, and letting go and accepting. And I think 100%, we've talked about that moment for you, Robin, when your dad passed away and who you had to become as a young girl in that home. And you became really, you were the grounding one.
no, it's so true. And I do think back, I actually think about it all the time. And now that I have this relationship with my dad on the other side, I talk to him in my own way. And I know that was a defining moment in my life that has fueled me to do all of this and be on this journey. And I think when you are starting over, and I love what you also said, Hope, we all come with experience. There are
Yes.
these experiences, and we've all learned something. We all have different journeys. Every person on here right now is we have a different path, but yeah, we're all coming from it now with experience.
Yes.
And
And if you're a part of the Seeking Center, you have all these tools that have been curated. And I'm the kind of person I wanted it all, always. I was like, I wanted to do everything I could to stop my cancer, for instance. I went to the best of the best and did surgery after, take out any organs you don't need. And I met with astrologists and
you did.
rabbis and
Yes, you did.
healers, and that's why I love what you're doing. And I'm so happy that I'm now a member to be able to use all of those techniques. And then you guys can find what speaks to you. You're going to find the tidbits, the pieces that you're going to use and gravitate towards.
What would you say is one of the first ways that helped you as you were going through this get back in alignment with who you are and have that courage to move forward?
I had a beautiful coach. She's since passed. And she never shared with me that she was a cancer patient, and I never knew it. And I worked with her for a long time. And she helped me a lot because I had such a fear of death. And as a cancer survivor, I'm 15 years out of that experience, so I breathe. But you remember the first 5 years, it's like you're on a tightrope. And she just helped me really dig into that feeling and then let go and use that feeling of falling, those fears, almost like a roller coaster. And like the bright light that I just talked about, using these techniques to allow myself to go through the motions and face it. And then with therapy, I think I was able to then use that visual and that existential experience with my coach to then talk through with my talk therapist. And a lot of it was done from my bedside when I felt able.
What is one way that everybody on here today or one question they should start asking themselves today? Because I'm just thinking about the different reasons that people are here today. And
Yeah,
what would you say?
I love that. If everyone will just close your eyes once again, softly, I want you to imagine yourself before that significant change, before the loss, before life shifted at those crossroads. And perhaps later today or tonight or tomorrow morning in a quiet space, really journal. Who was that woman, that child, that girl? What did she dream of? What did she believe was true about herself and the world? And notice her. Notice her with tenderness, no judgment, and know that she did the very best she could with everything she had in that moment. And then write about and think about yourself after. That person, that woman, that girl, after the experience. The woman who walked through the fire and is still here today. And you guys aren't just here, you're here seeking to understand more, to get deeper within, to face the fear and have the courage to want to go past it. What's available past it? Picture this woman and think about what wisdom she has, what gifts she has, and begin to dream big. And write those dreams down. Write down a vision. Who you want to be in 5 years. What do you look like? What do you smell like? What feelings? Who's in your life? Whatever you can do to get some sort of image. And then I want you to rip it up. Rip it into pieces. Come back to it again and dream even bigger. And do it again and again, because when life shifts, it may be the most beautiful shift of all. We have to get through the journey to make ourselves open to all the possibilities. And writing, really putting pen to paper, is significant. I promise it will have an impact on you.
I love that exercise so much.
So powerful.
That is so good. I don't know for everybody, when you were talking about what was it before the change, but I'd be curious to know. I know for me, when I was thinking about it, like in a couple of instances that were really challenging and really did shift my life, it was like this, like the safety was pulled out under me. Is that true for most of us?
Oh God, can I relate to that? Like the ground is not there.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyone else? I would love to know what's coming up.
Yeah, Karen.
Yeah, when it's been ripped out from under me a few times, and there's a little bit of, okay, I did it before, or I've seen people who I've been close to make it through hard things. So I've really tried to not be a victim in those things, but has taken a while after each moment for the fear, living in the fight or flight, and the fear to dissipate a
Yes.
little. But I, like you said, I'm wise enough now to be like, okay, that's fear. But when you said that, yeah, I think I've made a lot of decisions in life based upon fear or reacted out of fear.
Yeah, that's the human experience. That's why we're all here, really. And what I would also allow you to recognize that we don't only go into fight or flight. A lot of my clients go into fawn, which is what it sounds like on Monday afternoon, where you get it lethargic, no energy, crawl in bed. I was in a fawn position for a good year after my divorce. And you got to just, the only way out is through.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then this idea of, oh, go Alicia.
No, I was just going to share what's coming up a lot for me is the work of Byron Katie, where a lot of us sit in these suffering thoughts. And if we don't question them, we stay there in that story. And so that we live off that image, that we all this visionary stuff and this one thought that keeps us in that suffering space. If we don't question that, question the thought and work through that, which that's work in itself, then we stay in that space that we're speaking of. So I just wanted to share. I don't know if all of you know of Byron Katie, but I think that using those tools and questioning the thoughts can bring us to that next space to elevate.
Yes, 100%. Because awareness, people, what do I do? What do I do? You're aware of it. That's the biggest step right there. And just talk to yourself like you would picture. Some of my clients have childhood wounds that are just so cracked open and during the divorce and or cancer, and I often have them put a little picture next to where they brush their teeth of them as a baby or a child. And when you brush your teeth, to know that little human is inside of you, and every day to take care of that child and talk to that child and have grace by saying, I see you. Oh, you feel that. I know, I understand, but now we're going to pick this thought. We're going to choose. Or today you're in a fawn position. I am giving you a day. You get a day off to really just be aware and allow it to be.
I think that's so true because there was something else we said in this hour about how you were talking about like how you would take care of a baby. And that is that exercise reminds us we all still have that little person inside of us that needs that reparenting, right? Because maybe we weren't even parented in the way that we would parent our own child. Like
Most of us,
so
all our parents tried their best and they all and leave a mark.
yeah, I love that idea. That is a really
The
good idea.
picture.
Yeah, having that
Oh,
picture.
I'm so glad.
Yeah. Do you guys, what about you all? I think it's powerful.
Yeah, it's a good one. I like it.
Yeah. And that whole idea too of dreaming big and then ripping that up. How has that worked for you, Hope?
Oh my God. It's like the story is because if you get lost, it's like you can get lost in it. And then you imagine that there's actually more. There's actually, the universe has more in store for you than you could even imagine. And so by working with different practitioners and by exploring and reading and experiencing new content, you can begin to dream even bigger. And then once you pursue that, I promise more opens up. I had this quote that I was going to share that's just the light organizes opportunity around those that are available. And the opportunity will get greater and greater the bigger you dream, and the more people you meet, and the more you read, and more cultures and life experiences. And certainly in charity work, you begin to see just how big our world is and the pain that is there for everyone.
Yeah. I love that idea of the light. And I think, and Lisa, you said this too, you commented in the chat about the white light that you guided us with during that visualization. And just even having that, thinking about that helps you to dream bigger and also find that peace. It's both. I think it can serve both, you know?
Yeah,
And I wanted to
absolutely.
also share that when I was doing that, we were doing that visualization, I just kept hearing the universe has your back. The universe has your back. So I just wanted to share that with all of you. If you needed to hear that today, I just think us all showing up to be together and share in helping to move forward and
I
keep
love
going
that.
is that the universe has our back. And that goes to what you're saying about the light will go.
I love that. What comes up for me is I tell my clients, they say, what if this? What if I have to move? What if I'm going to be financially insecure? What if I never find someone? And then it's just, and what if it all works out? What if, and let's talk about the what ifs in the most amazing way, right?
Yes. And actually, I'm going to share too. Actually, I'm going to pull up something. My cousin, who's like my sister, wrote me last night, and she said, "Is it normal that I feel like right now there's the old me and I can picture the new me?" And it feels very relevant to what we're talking about. You know, she was asking energetically, and I just posted yesterday the podcast with Stevie Kalista for the November forecast, and the energy for the month, and I'm going to be posting the tarot forecast from Michelle Nolan it is all about that. It is all about, and there's no coincidence we're doing this on a full moon. So today is the full moon. And
Yes.
and this is all about the old me and the new me, and how this month helps us individually and personally do that with energy behind us. And then, of course, there's the collective as well. But there is no doubt. So there's no doubt that we're all meeting today, talking about this and talking about how do we keep going in all areas of our life, whether you're dealing with like tremendous loss or needing clarity or needing how to continue to have the grace to keep moving forward. It's all the things,
Yes.
all of them.
Yes. Oh, I love that. Yeah, very powerful.
Yeah. Hope, is there anything that you want to leave us with?
Oh, God, I could go on forever, but no, just that it's an honor to meet everyone. And if anyone is questioning these feelings or want to go deeper, want to look at that moment, want to explore what's ahead, I am always available.
Oh, thank you. And you can find more about Hope at hopefirsel.com. I'll have that when I send the recording out later. And I know for me too, just even that question of who do I want to be in 5 years, so helpful.
Mm.
And then rip that up. I've never done that. So that's going to happen. Oh, I
Or
love that, Alicia.
you can put it on flames too.
Yes. Yeah, we can do that too. Light it up.
Yeah, everyone's gonna be able to seek even greater because of what you're creating. So I'm just really in awe of what you're doing and the content and the professionals. It's outstanding.
Thank you. We're all in this together. That is what I will say. I hope to see you all again next week and or soon. And I'm going to be using this visualization too. So we'll have the recording for anyone who wants to go back and do that. Hope, thank you for really taking all of these challenges and helping share all that you've learned and continue to learn so that we can all live our fullest lives too. So thanks, Hope. I love you. I'm so grateful for you.
Thank you. Love to everyone.
Bye.
Bye bye.